MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop. If you're in need of an iRacing paint league team or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag, hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners. Welcome, race fans, exciting race fans. We're at Talladega tonight. Man, oh man, I can't believe it. Been kind of waiting for this race all season long. They're only going to be doing 76 laps here tonight. First stage on lap 30. But man, I'm telling you what, it's going to be a packed field here tonight. We've got a lot of drivers in here. I got to welcome my good old buddy here and co-commentator, Joseph Lumberg. Joe, welcome, and good to have you, brother.
Yeah, it's good to be here again, Rudy. Yeah, this race is going to really be exciting for you viewers to watch. You know, obviously 2 races left before the playoffs. Next week is the final race before the playoffs, but I feel this race is really important for a lot of these drivers, especially for those that are trying to make the playoffs. This race right here could be the good opportunity for those drivers to lock themselves, to get a good cushion to get into the playoffs and be ready for next week. And for those that doesn't have a win yet this season, this race could really be their opportunity as well, because if you win, you're into the playoffs. And also, if you survive, and this race is about survival, you got to survive the big one tonight, because we're definitely going to have it. So we'll see how this race is going to play out, who will survive Talladega, and who will have the big opportunity and be ready for a better opportunity next week at Kansas, or who's going to be involved in the big one and, you know, have to really step up their game next week at Kansas. So a lot to go on here, Rudy.
Yes, sir. Well, let's run down through the points real quick here, Joseph, before we go too much further. Justin Lisenby still holding on to the point lead here over Ben Nelson, 34 points. Now, Ben has closed up quite a few points here in the last few weeks, but he's still got a long ways to go. Tonight could be the night that he could close that gap up big time. Never know. Falkingham in third there, 89 points behind. Aaron Smith in fourth, 103 behind. Will Klein in fifth, 105 behind. Malad Radman, we have not seen Malad in a couple of weeks, and is he even in here tonight? I don't see him in here again tonight. No.
He is in the lobby right now. He's actually on the track right now. So he is racing tonight. Yeah, he missed the last 2 weeks, but he's back.
Yeah, he's went from second clear down to sixth now, 107 points behind. John Berry in seventh, 107. They're tied with Malad. Jared Darling in 8th, 134 behind. Cody Miller, 139 behind in 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Sean Williams, 144 points behind the leader. Joseph?
Anthony Emery will hold the 11th spot right now, 146 points back. Tom Mercier, 12th in points, 151 back. And think about this, Tom Mercier, he holds the last spot to make the playoffs. He's only 5 points ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, 13 points ahead of Terrell Baker. This top 12 through 15th and stuff, that's what's going to really be focused on for the last 2 races before the playoffs. Terrell Baker sits 13th, 164 back. Bobby Chaney 14th, 174 back. Eric Hall 15th, 181 back. Femi Olat 185 back, sitting in 16th. Cody Griffin moved up a couple spots last week. He's up to 17th, 187 back. Jose Solis 18th, 197 back. Nathan Lewis 19th, 204 points back. And then Davis Shutt got a win this season. He's sitting 20th in points right now, 217 behind.
Very good, very good. Well, taking a look at the weather here for tonight, we were talking about this earlier, 113-degree track temperature. But, you know, super speedway racing, Joseph, I don't really think that's a big concern. You know, slipping and sliding around out there ain't going to be that big of a deal. Tires are going to be kind of iffy, you know, whether, you know, you do kind of want to take new tires when you come to pit road with these cars, because they do get pretty slick out there after they get old and you try to go back out and race with them. So we may see some 2-tire changes probably on pit stops, and possibly some 4 tires. Pit road speed 55 miles an hour. The tire window, I'm going to say about 38 laps, okay, because if you go to Daytona, which is 2.5 miles, they can go 40 laps. It's very difficult to make the 41st lap. You can possibly squeeze it out, but usually you run out of gas on the backstretch. So this one here, you're going to be just a little bit less because it's 2.66 miles around here. Fuel window, well, I don't know. Well, I guess I had that backwards. Whoopsie, my bad. I had
close enough.
Yeah, well, you get the gist of it there. The fuel window is actually the 38 to 40, and the tire window is about 60 to 70 laps. They could actually run the whole race here on the same set of tires. I don't think we'll see anybody do that tonight, but it's possible, you know. It's going to be slick out there.
Yeah, obviously, tires don't really mean much. What's the biggest concern is obviously the big one, and we're going to have one tonight, that's for sure. Especially with 2 races left before the playoffs, a lot of these drivers are going to give it all they got, and it's going to create some problems. Now, think about for this race as well, it's a throwback race. You know, Darlington is not on the schedule this season in Newark, so they decided they're going to have their throwback race tonight. Here at Talladega Superspeedway, you see a lot of these drivers with these awesome throwback schemes. It's going to be a good one. I love some of these throwback schemes that some of these drivers are racing tonight. It's just putting on a cool show for 76 laps. But yes, again, for tonight's race, the big one, you got to be worried about that one. It's not where it's going to happen. The question is, when is it going to happen? It could happen early on, towards the middle, or even before the stage ends, or in the final laps. It can happen at any time, so that's what these drivers are going to be really focusing on a lot.
All right, folks, we're going to step away and play the national anthem. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, we're back. Qualifying underway. And nobody's turned in a time yet, so you haven't really missed anything yet. We should be seeing some times come in here right directly.
Yeah, Cody Miller was actually the fastest in practice. Obviously, they're in the draft. Speed doesn't really... Well, yeah, speed means much, but you're also going to need a drafting partner for tonight's race. But Cody Miller did hold the top spot in practice. Obviously, we're going to see what happens on the line. Looks like Tony Hilbrands is on top of the charts right now, but obviously that can change with 2.5 minutes left in qualifying.
Yeah, now this is single car qualifying. It's not open qualifying. So the times you see are non-draft times.
What I'm noticing in qualifying already is that, you know, on the very first lap, you know, a lot of these drivers are doing that outside lane, but as soon as they start their second lap, they're on the bottom lane. Really helpful at restricted plate tracks to get a better qualifying time, but we'll see who's going to be the best driver. It looks like Eric Hall just moved up to the top of the charts. Nathan Lewis just did it.
There's Ben Nelson.
Benjamin Nelson. That's a guy we got to watch out for. He's won the last 2 races. He won a couple weeks ago Road America, then won last week at Rockingham. He's been closing in on that points lead in the last couple weeks. He is only, I believe, 34 points back. Yes, 34 points back of Just Lightspeed. So he's been having some good runs recently. We'll see if he can have another one tonight.
And our points leader, Justin Lisenby, just took the pole away from Ben Nelson by 4 1/1000ths of a second.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close. I mean, you just got to nail qualifying for sure. And there's going to be some drivers that's probably not going to even have take a chance to qualify either. They're probably going to just start in the back and then ride in the back for a little while early on until it's time to get going later in the race.
Well, I'm looking at the times here right now. The top, let's see, the top 15 are all within, I'm sorry, the top 17 are all within 1/10 of a second.
Wow, look at that. Malad Radman to the top of the charts.
Wow, look at that. Oh, man. Well, he's going to catch a dickens about that.
Yeah, Malad Radman in that number 24 Looney Tunes scheme. Pretty nice scheme, for sure. But, yeah, top of the charts right now.
Yep, you'll get all kinds of harassment about that tire hack or speed hack or something. You'll get all kinds of razzing about that, I'm sure.
See, the question is, it's not a matter where you start, it's a matter where you finish. It's very important to know where you're going to finish tonight. You're either going to be in victory lane or at least all 4 tires on the ground, or at least make it to the checkered flag without any problems, or you're going to be in the garage. Well, qualifying is over. Rudy and Malad Radman on the pole.
Yeah, isn't that something? Man, great job by Malad. All right, we're going to get him down here on the grid, and we'll start out with the MaxSpeedTV starting grid. Malad Radman will grab the pole with a 51.579. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Justin Lisenby, our points leader, will start on the outside of the front row in second. Ben Nelson in third. Anthony Emery fourth. Josh Robin in 5th, Nathan Lewis 6th, Elijah Gracia 7th, John Barry 8th, Caden Henry Oaks will start 9th, and Daniel Falkingham rounds out the top 10.
In row number 6, Chuck Sweeting and Will Klein. Row 7, we have Terrell Baker and Jared Darling, and then in row number 8, we have Cody Miller and Eric Hall. Row number 8, I'm sorry. In row number 9, we have Spencer Owens and Brendan Buzak. And then rounding out row number 10, we have Tony Hilbrands and Keen Jones. Rudy?
All right, Bobby Cheney and Scott Rambler will take up a row number 11 there, 21st and 22nd. Start 23rd, Femi Olat and Jose Solis. Not taking the qualifying time. First one to not take a qualifying time. Jose there. And Aaron Smith, 25th. Tom Mercier, 26th. Justin Gable, 27th. Sean Williams, 28th. Andrew Cardinelli starting shotgun on the field in 29th position. 29 drivers taken to the track here tonight, Joseph.
Yeah, and how many are going to finish? That's the question for tonight. Rudy, I am ready to go for some Talladega racing. This is going to be an exciting race, throwback race as well. 2 races left before the playoffs. Who's going to survive? Who's not? Who's going to have their best chances for next week at Kansas to make the playoffs? And who's going to have to really go at it next week? A lot to be determined tonight. And there they go, Rudy. They are rolling off right now. I'm really excited for the 76 laps here tonight, and hope the viewers watching, thank you all for tuning in. Leave a like button, make sure you subscribe, support MaxSpeedTV. It's a great broadcast, and you guys are in for a great show tonight as well.
Well, you know, we haven't seen Malad in 2 weeks now, and he's come back here for the Super Speedway race. He's dropped from 2nd to 7th in the points, or 6th, excuse me, 6th in points. Tied with John Barry with 107 points behind, so he's going to be on his best effort here to try to bring home at least a stage win tonight to get the the bonus points and possibly the win of the overall race. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be anybody's shooting match out here tonight. Anybody can win this. Any of the drivers, and like you said earlier, Joseph. It's going to be a good points night for some and not so much as for others. So the guys in the back that may be way back in points to pick up a lot of points to try to move them up into the grasp of making it into the chase is going to be the main goal of everybody out there tonight.
Well, the thing is, for the drivers that are not in the playoffs right now, that are outside, you know they're going to be racing up here towards the front to get some stage points, because stage points can be really important and be really crucial for tonight, because they could get some stage points, and then what if all of a sudden they get collected and something could end their night, but they got those extra bonus points to at least help them out just a little bit. So it's really unknown what's going to be happening tonight, but we'll see after 76 laps for sure. But Rudy, they're coming off turn number 4, and I'm ready to go. I know you're ready to go. I know the viewers ready to go. Let's get this Talladega party started.
That's right. Super Speedway Racing at its finest, folks. Here we go. Pace car heading down pit road. And Malad Radman ready to bring them to the green flag. They got to go clear around this tri-oval here before they get the official okay green flag. And we'll be underway here for the Nork iRacing Series.
Green, green, green.
And there's the green. We're underway. Takes a little while to get these cars up to speed. Probably about a full lap here. But race number 12 underway.
Boy, that outside lane looked like it had a little bit of a stack up. It didn't look like Anthony Emery that was riding behind Just Lice-B didn't really go, and it kind of stacked up the outside lane, but they're getting back and forth now. Unfortunately, John Barry, he's all by himself, nobody behind him, and that's what's going to be crucial too. You're going to need somebody behind you or in front of you to stay in the pack. If you're all by yourself in no man's land, you're going to be falling to the back.
Oh, yeah, and I see up there on the high side, yeah, that's John Barry. He's up there by himself, and he's going backwards really quick. He's going to have to fall in probably behind Josh Robin there. No, I take that back. He's going to fall in behind Nathan Lewis, so... But right ahead of the number 52, where the heck is that? How come I don't see the number 52? Brendan Buzak.
Brendan Buzak is on the outside lane behind John Barry.
Okay, I see now. Okay.
Well, Malad Radman, he does lead the first lap.
Yep.
But you got Benjamin Nelson, Josh Robbins. It seems like the top 5 cars are single file. Then you got Justin Liza-B on the outside with Nathan Lewis right behind him. You got, so like I said, top 5 single file right now. But I guarantee you, if they get a little more cars up there on that outside lane can go. And it seems like Justin Liza-B, he's trying to get some buddies up with them, but obviously you got to have a little more cars than that.
Yep, Will Klein back here now. He is on that high side with those guys. So let's ride along here with Will, see what it looks like here from his view. A lot of weaving around a little bit there, but you know, these guys, they can trust one another when it comes down to trying to get a little side draft off of somebody. It could be a little tricky, but wow, somebody darted clear to the outside and come back across the track.
Yeah, that was Josh Robbins. I don't know if he had some contact or what, but he did a good job of getting back down to the bottom before that closed up, so he's going to stay right there, the third car on the inside. Yep,
and yeah, he's blinking quite a bit there in the ups car. But Justin Liza-B getting a run on the outside. He's coming up here on the outside, picking up a couple of positions here. And boy, look at that run he just got. Wow.
Yeah, it seems like there's a couple more cars that are forming that outside lane, and that's really helping a bunch. And as you can see, you know, they're getting right on the door of the drivers on the bottom lane, trying to get that side draft, right in the door, get into their draft. And look at that outside lane going. Here he comes, Justin Liza-B for the race lead.
I don't know if he's going to have enough speed coming out of the corner here. Usually that bottom line's a little bit quicker. But now that they're on the straightaway, Justin could wind up a little lead. He just wants to get a bonus point out of this and try to help him, you know, maintain that point lead going into next week. And Liza-B does collect the bonus point. Cha-ching!
Yeah, he's got Nathan Lewis pushing him from behind. Daniel Falkingham is back there as well. Chuck Sweeting, he's already moved up a few spots. He's up on that outside lane. And then Will Klein, who we talked earlier. Boy, I tell you what, Will Klein and Anthony Emery got very similar cars. Gonna have to really make sure whose is who.
Oh, yeah.
Will Klein is on the outside lane. And looks like that outside lane, they're forming a little bit better right now than that inside lane. You can see a little break in between. As you just saw, Anthony Emery just went back down to the bottom.
Yep.
And now, with Anthony Emery being on the bottom, it seems like both lanes are basically about equal.
Well, the guys are really being behaved right now because they know they got to go to lap 30, so nobody wants to get wrecked out. So they're all being behaved right now and just trying to get every position they can. But when we get down close to that 30 mark, lap 30, oh boy, look out. It's going to be every man for himself. Everybody trying to get to the front to get the maximum amount of bonus points that they can this week. Only the top 10 pay out in points.
And it looks like Lisenby
Yep.
cleared Malad to get to the bomb. And if you notice this entire pack, Rudy, nobody, even the drivers in the back, nobody has started a second pack with anybody. Everybody is just in this one pack. That's how important this race is tonight to a lot of these drivers. You really want to be up towards the front, stay in the lead pack as much as possible tonight, and that's exactly what all these 29 drivers are doing right now.
Well, I got to say this just because it's what I usually say, okay? A lot of people that tune into the broadcast, they probably heard me say this 100 times. You know, super speedway racing, a lot of people don't really care for it. A lot of people don't think that it really takes a lot of talent. Well, I beg to differ that because it takes a different kind of talent. There is so much for these drivers to pay attention to out there, 10 times more than what there is of any short track racing. I mean, because you've got to watch the guy on the outside, the guy behind you. If a guy's side drafting you, you're going to be mirror driving, or you're going to be watching out your windshield. You've got to try to beat somebody to the line. You're not that much faster than anybody else. It doesn't take skill to drive around here, only just to flat-foot it and drive the car. So the talent that these guys have is totally different than any short track driver.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you're on that wheel the entire race because it can be nerve-wracking at times being in this pad because you're one little slip-up of anybody and half the field can be gone. So you really gotta keep your eyes wide open in this race for sure. Because anything can happen at any time, and you gotta be ready for it quickly because it can happen pretty fast. And as you saw, Nathan Lewis did take the lead.
Yes, he
but
did.
Here comes Justin Lisenby back on the outside lane. It seems like that outside lane, like I said, it seems like it's forming a little bit better than that bottom lane. Seems like there's less cars, sometimes less cars on the outside lane can go a lot better than many cars on the bottom lane. As long as they form up well and they stay tucked up bumper to bumper, that outside lane's going to get going.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Well, Lisenby does come back up in front of Nathan Lewis here, but looks like he is going to try to clear him maybe, and no, he can't come down in front of him. He's a little bit too close there. He might be going to bring his buddy there, Daniel Falkingham, right with him. No, he drops down, and that leaves Falkingham up to the high side by himself.
And what we just saw there, Daniel Falkingham actually gave him the bump on the back bumper, and that actually helped Justin Lisenby to clear Nathan Lewis. That's also going to be important, too. You got to hit the, if you want to get around somebody, you got to sometimes hit the guy in front of you, get on their bumper, and push them by a car on the inside if you want to get that outside lane going. But no, so far, these guys are doing a good job keeping in line and make sure they don't cause any trouble. Obviously, long race left to go. A lot of mistakes can be made tonight.
Oh, yeah. What we're seeing all the way from first to last is 2 seconds.
Whoa, man. Malad Radman just shot to the outside right in front of Daniel Falkingham. And boy, that got a little tight there, but here comes Malad on that outside lane. See if he can get that outside lane going.
Yeah, good stuff going on right now. Malad working it up here. Got Falkingham right behind him. Right behind him is Chuck Sweeting.
Oh, man, and Chuck Sweeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Falkingham had to check up, and Sweeting, when he was trying to check up, he moved up high, and there goes Chuck Sweeting. That's what I'm talking about. If you get out of line with this pack, you got nobody behind you, you're going to just drop to the back. So, obviously, nobody is going to be helping him now. He's going to be falling all the way to the back of the field.
Yes, sir. Oh, big blink there. Josh Robin blinking like crazy. Caden Henry up to 8th.
Wow, did you see what Benjamin Nelson did to Nathan Lewis? Nathan Lewis made a move to the outside. Whoa, look at Malad Radman squeezing 3 wide in the middle.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, these guys are getting crazy out here right now.
But the point I was trying to make is Nathan Lewis, he had a run on Justin Lightsby. He moved to the outside lane, hoping Benjamin Nelson would go with him. Benjamin Nelson stayed with him for just a second, and then he went back down to the bomb. And look what's happening to Nathan Lewis. It dropped him like a rock. He is going to the back of the field. I'm telling you, maybe friends before the race, you got to figure out who's your friend and who's going to be your enemy, who's willing to help you out and who's not. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like Benjamin Nelson is helping Nathan Lewis right now. No,
that's a heartbreaker, you know, when you get out there and you just make a little tiny mistake like that, the smallest of mistakes, and you can drop from, you know, I always say you can go from 0 to 0 or 0 to hero in 1 lap.
Well, Malad Radman back on that outside lane trying to get back around Justin Lisenby. You got Daniel Falkingham behind him. Will Klein is there. Then you got Caden Henry there. Of course, on the inside, you got Justin Lisenby, Benjamin Nelson, and blinking Josh Robinson. And Malad Radman, he can't pull down right now. He's clear on Lisenby unless he wants to try to bring Falkingham with him. There he goes, down to the bottom. Maybe he was trying to make sure he's absolutely clear before he heads into the corner. And right now, Malad Radman back into the race lead.
Falkingham to the outside. Got Will Klein behind him. Now, Will coming from 12th up to the 6th position right now. Boy, Josh Robin, I can't believe how much he is blinking out there.
Yeah, and that's got to be fearing. If you notice, Elijah Gracia, he's not right on this bumper. He is backed off about a car length or two because he is so worried that that net code can also come into play as well. So he's just hanging back right now. Hopefully that will go away. And boy, did we actually have a couple cars go down the apron. You got Keaton Jones all the way down the apron. Don't know what happened there. But it looks like he's fine. He's just trying to get back on the racetrack. But unfortunately, he's going to be dropping back. And he's going to be out of that pack, too.
I'm kind of wondering if him and Keaton Jones might be teammates here because they're both running identical paint jobs on their car.
Could be, too. I did not catch that until I saw another Ricky Bobby scheme back there. So now back up front, Daniel Falkingham to the outside. Falkingham is a driver that needs some luck right now because the past couple of weeks, I mean, he had a good run at Rockingham, but the weeks beforehand, he was actually struggling a little bit, but he's trying to rebound tonight as well. Boy, you see Malad Radman put the big block on Daniel Falkingham.
Oh, yeah, big time. Well, you know, and then again, too, yeah, he probably did come up in front of him to kind of slow that, you know, progress they were making. But then again, too, you know, if you do that, you're kind of, I don't know how I want to say this. You kind of help the outside line, but yet you help the inside line, too, and that's what he's doing. But there he goes, Daniel Falkingham to the lead. And he just led his first lap of the race, collecting a valuable bonus point.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of passes for the lead being made on that outside lane. That outside lane's got something going right now. And I guarantee you, I've seen drivers that was running the bottom lane early also moved up to the outside lane because they know that outside lane is going. As you see Malad Radman back to that outside lane. Another thing I've been noticing is Malad Radman, he's been aggressive already in this race.
Oh, yeah.
We're only on lap 16. Obviously 15 laps to go, coming to 14 to go before the stage. You know he wants to get a stage win, and you know he wants to have a good night tonight. He wants to run up front all day if all possible, and that's exactly what he's doing right now.
Well, how many Radman Nation fans do we have in chat? Haven't seen anybody saying anything about Radman Nation. I'm sure we probably got some Lombard Nation in there, but well, there's Lizen being Radman, yeah, I haven't seen anybody. Wow.
Hey, they're probably sitting in their chairs watching this race because they're up on their seats as well because they know how intense this race is going to be. So they're probably not saying anything and just focus on watching this race. But thank you to the viewers out there that are tuned in tonight. It's so far a good show already. And obviously we've got a long race to go and you guys are in for a great show.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joseph, we're only about 13 laps here at the line from the first stage. Now's when we're going to see, when we get down to 10 to go to that first stage, It's going to get crazy out here. There's just no other way about it. It's just going to get crazy. Will Klein to second place, coming from 12.
Yeah, you know, the drivers that are riding in the back right now outside the top 10, you know they're going to start getting aggressive. They're going to try to figure out, okay, how are we going to get into that top 10? Well, you know, obviously you don't want to work with any... I mean, yeah, you have to work with somebody tonight, even though that you could also get that driver some more points as well, but, you know, you're going to have a partner to help get back in that top 10 if you want to collect some stage points. But Malad Radman doing an excellent job. He just got back to the race lead, and I'm telling you, that outside lane is going to be the lane that we're going to see a lot tonight. That's going to be a move.
Yes, sir. Well, I was just looking there. Terrell Baker to 7th place after starting 13th, so he's moved up a lot of positions. He just needs to keep coming. Old TCB. Yep. Well, Ben Nelson, you know, he's kind of mired into a place here, and I know he's really trying to gain the points on Lisenby, and Lisenby just one position ahead of him now. Lisenby just is in... actually moving in second and third right along in there, but yeah, this is going to get really crazy out here. I did kind of want to mention, though, we were talking about this earlier, Joseph, the paint job on Justin Lisenby's car there, Lombard Gaming, Brothers Gaming, and instead of it saying SDP on the hood, it says LBG.
Yeah, he told me earlier today that he was making a throwback scheme, a petty throwback scheme, and still wanted to put Lombard Bros Gaming on the car. It didn't click in my mind until I joined the server and look at his car that he replaced STP with LBG, so that's pretty cool. Yep. I love that scheme, and so far he's having a good night so far. And another thing I was also noticing with Benjamin Nelson, you pointed out, I haven't seen him be aggressive. You know, he's just riding right now, just staying on that bottom lane. Doesn't look like he's going aggressive to go for that race lead. He just wants to stay on that bottom lane because he knows that he's made the playoffs for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's just taking it easy right now. As I say that, look like he got a good run on the inside lane. Might challenge for the lead, but what about that outside lane?
And Ben Nelson, did he lead that lap? No. Malad Radman led that lap, but Malad moved up the hill. That opened up that bottom, and I'll tell you what, Ben Nelson stuck his nose right in there. He is not letting Malad come back down the hill into that first position.
And you got Aaron Smith all of a sudden behind him. Aaron Smith started 25th. He's already up to 4th. So he has definitely made some moves. He's the biggest mover so far. He's doing a good job. He wants to get the stage win, but he's got to have to get around these guys. They're coming to 9 to go before the stage ends at the line.
Yes, sir. Very interesting. And Ben Nelson with a little bit of a lead here. Let's see if he's going to lead this lap. Malad gets a pretty good run on the outside. Nope, Malad's going to lead that lap. Oh, he's racking up the most laps led tonight.
Yeah, and you know, Malad's been close on a couple occasions this season to get that first win, and it just has not happened yet. Maybe tonight could be his night, but he's just got to do what he's got to do like he's been doing in the first 21 laps, now lap 22, and just keep your foot in it. Like he says, keep your foot in it, send it up to the front, and grab that victory. First, he's got to grab that stage win if he can hang on. But it just seems like that outside lane is just going to be the line. As long as there's a lot of cars on that outside lane is definitely going to make some moves tonight.
Well, these guys are wanting to crank it up, so let's do a little crank it up here, guys, before we get to the end of the first stage. right, hopefully everybody liked that. Crank it up. Ben Nelson to the front. If he can do something up here.
Yeah, Aaron Smith made a move to the outside just a lap ago to get up to the front, and now he's back down to that inside lane. But yeah, Benjamin Nelson going for that race lead, but Aaron Smith hanging tight on the bottom.
And the way, you know, the history of this track right now, the bottom being the faster way around this track, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Aaron slip by Ben Nelson here and grab a bonus point. Chalking that up on his, let's see, is he even in? No, he's not. Yeah, he's fourth in points. Yeah, Aaron Smith. And he did grab that lap. So bonus point underway for Aaron Smith.
Well, 5 laps to go before the stage, Rudy. For the drivers that are looking outside the top 10 right now in this race, they're going to need to get up there. Oh, and look at Benjamin Nelson getting out hanging.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he, for some reason, he went to the outside, and he is going to drop.
Yeah, Daniel Fogelman was driving behind them, and all of a sudden he just left them hanging. But it doesn't look like he's going to lose much. He's going to get back in line in that second row, so he's going to be just fine. Hopefully he stays in that top 10. Battle for the lead, Rudy. Malad Radman back on that outside lane.
Yep, and Josh Robin right behind him.
Now the question is also, is anybody going to give up those stage points that are going to come down pit road? They can make it all the way to stage, but the thing is, you know, they'll be back at the restart with basically, what, 41 laps to go. So it's like, who's going to take the chance to maybe make pit stops here?
Yeah, and even at that, I don't believe, see, they couldn't make it on one more pit stop. They would still have to come down for a splash of gas. It would probably be close, which, you know, we've seen guys like Ben Nelson and stuff that we've seen him win races on fuel mileage. He just did it the other night at Michigan. That was amazing. I don't know how he did that, but for 20 laps, he was shutting his car off in the turn and wound up winning it by 7.5 seconds over second place on fuel mileage. But when you come to super speedway, you do not want to run out of gas on the backstretch, because you are not going to make it to the back to pit road.
Wow, look at Josh Robbins getting that run on the inside.
Yes, he is.
He's got Anthony Emery tucked in behind him, but that outside lane is just going. Yep. And all of a sudden, I just noticed into the picture that just got himself in the top 10. You got Femi Olat all of a sudden up on that outside lane. He started towards the back. He's up in the top 10. And here come some cars down pit road. This is exactly what I was pointing out. Who's going to make the move down pit road?
Yeah, we got a bunch of them. Caden Henry, Brendan Buzak, those two coming down pit road. They're going to pit early, so that when they come off of the caution, they will be the leader probably. That's how they usually do it. So Aaron Smith still hanging on to the lead.
Nathan Lewis also pit as well. He's coming off pit road right now. He's down the back straightaway, but he's going to be put a lap down. So he'll be the first car lap down, and we'll probably get that lucky dog. But, oh, man, they're 3 wide. Look at Aaron Smith splitted. And Malad Bradman stuck on that outside lane. Nobody helping him.
Nope. And he's going to go backwards quick. All it takes is a little bobble like that, and boy, you're done. Everybody's trying to capitalize on every move that everybody's making out there. And if you even make some kind of a bobble or wiggle or anything, man, they're going to be all over you.
Boy, Anthony Emery was right tucked in behind Josh Robbins. That could have been big right there. You got Aaron Smith on the outside lane.
Yeah, see, now I would want to be on the inside right here coming to the line, because this is the final lap of the stage. But the push that Falkingham is given to Aaron Smith right now. Oh, and he drops down, and so does Aaron Smith. Holy smokes. You talk about a little bit of strategy going on there between them two.
Oh, man. Big block by Josh Robbins.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know.
Falkingham on the outside lane.
Oh, my gosh. Coming to the line. It's going to be Aaron Smith. Falkingham's going to get second. Josh Robbins third. Wow. That was amazing. That was amazing. I love ones like that. That is so awesome.
it got a little intense. That's like a little preview of what we're probably going to see at the end of the race to the checkered flag. But, man, Aaron Smith, good job for him.
Oh, you betcha.
From 25th to winning the stage.
Oh, my gosh. Tell me that guy isn't on a mission here tonight. You know, he's 103 points behind the leader coming into tonight. He's still got this week and next week. If he can come out of here with a win this week and do something next week, he's already, he's pretty much locked into the chase. I don't really think he's going to lose that chance. But if he doesn't finish well here tonight, that's even going to make his chances, lesser, or not as good. But we'll get him down here. We'll start talking to him if you want to.
Looks like the pace car is collected the field and see if they come down pit road right now. Then maybe we'll have a word with Aaron Smith. But yeah, what a great finish to that stage, and good job for Aaron Smith to go from the back of the field to lean. And here they come down pit road, Rudy.
Man, what an exciting finish. I love finishes like that. Oh, man, I love finishes like that.
Oh, Aaron Smith made a mistake on his
yes, he did.
Stop. Oh, man.
He is still struggling.
Oh, man, he is definitely not going to come off pit road first. That's for sure.
Not after that one. Oh, that's a bummer. Wow, the number 3 Femio Lat just sideways coming out of his pit stall. Well, he saved grace a little bit there.
Anthony Emery comes off pit road first.
Well, I'll let you deal with the interview there with Aaron Smith.
Sounds good. Aaron Smith, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, from 25th to winning the stage, good job there. Just getting up through the field, getting through traffic. How's the car, and how is racing in that pack right now?
It feels pretty neutral. It doesn't really feel either tight or loose, but the pack racing's been pretty good lately. But there's no suck up whatsoever. You just have to get a better line through the corner than the guy behind you if you want to get a run.
Yeah, it seems like we've been seeing that outside lane getting the better runs up there. Is that the lane to go with right now?
I wouldn't really say so yet. It seems that the lines kind of change hands every once in a while. Some people go to the top and it gets faster, and then some people move back to the bottom and it gets faster. It might change at some point in the race, but until then, it's pretty much even.
Now, we saw that pit stop wasn't very good. Looked like you made some mistakes getting into your pit box there. So now you're going to be towards the back of the field. So are we expecting? Obviously, we're going to expect you to come through the field again. Do you think you have the car? I mean, this is anybody's race, but do you think if you get back up to the front, you can be able to hold off these guys?
I don't know. We had a pretty good run through the pack the first time, but I think they'll be a lot more aggressive this second time around.
Well, Aaron, we'll keep an eye on you, see if you get back up towards the front, and see if you can survive the chaos, because we know there's going to be some coming up very shortly. So good luck out there, and maybe we'll talk to you again after the race.
All right, thank you.
Well, I'm not sure. Who is the leader here, Caden Henry or Anthony Emery? Yeah.
Yeah, Caden Henry, remember, he came down pit road before that stage caution, and so he's going to be the race leader. And looks like Nathan Lewis, looks like he's going to be the one getting the lucky dog, or the wave round. No, he doesn't get the lucky dog. He's going to get the wave round. He's the first car behind the pace car. But yeah, Caden Henry, new race leader, coming to the restart with 2 to go.
And we had what happened there, but Chuck Sweeting was on pit road.
Yeah, don't know, and he's coming back down pit road right now. He actually, I believe he was one of the cars that came down pit road before the stage caution. I have no idea what's going on right now, unless, I think he was the first driver lap down and had to get the lucky dog. I don't even honestly know who was the lucky dog, but if he was the lucky dog, maybe he's just making a service down pit road.
Well, we're still waiting for the lights to go out on the pace car here. We'll get back underway here shortly.
Well, Rudy, they're in the final stage now. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be 42 laps to go when they get to the restart. We're going to see some excitement now and see some aggression that we did not see in the first stage. We're obviously going to see it now. This is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, now nobody can make it from fuel on here from here on. 42 to go. You cannot make it.
Well, yeah, as you see, a couple of drivers are riding that apron right now, maybe trying to be on the clutch, try to save some fuel. Gonna maybe need some cautions if it's possible. Maybe need some cautions to save some of that fuel. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a stretch. But nothing. I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's definitely gonna be a stretch for sure. But they got the one to go signal. We're gonna get back in the racing in just about a lap, and Caden Henry is going to be the leader with Anthony Emery to his outside.
Why not live? Yeah, I'm live. They're still under caution. Lights are still flashing on the pace car.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Huh. For what reason, it's not showing for me. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I am live.
Yeah, because Nathan Lewis still has not gotten the wave by. He's still ahead of the leaders.
I have no idea. Okay. Wow. All right. I mean, I'll believe you. Definitely. Because I'm watching the broadcast. I can see pace lights. The pace car lights. That's strange.
Or aren't you... You're in the race room, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm live right now. It's right down the back straight away. Yep.
Yeah. Don't you see the lights flashing on the pace car?
No. For what reason? Not for me. That's crazy.
Okay. Huh.
Like I said, I'll believe you. It's in the broadcast. I can see it in the broadcast. They're flashing. So I can't say you're lying to me.
Well, they're all kind of broke up here. Everybody's waiting for them lights to go out before they get tightened up. So obviously not going green this time by. And all this is helping them too get that down there to where they could possibly pull out green flag run and make it to the end, but it still would be very much pushing it right now. One caution they could do it. With one caution they could actually make it then.
Yeah, and you can see now several of these drivers going down that apron. That's what they're doing. They're clutching it. They're trying to save some fuel just in case of if somehow in some way this race goes green all the way. But yeah, I would say one caution can definitely do it. Maybe even two. But if they can get some caution laps, they probably can save enough fuel. But they're going to need some caution laps. And now they're going to get the one to go signal here.
Yep, Nathan Lewis he gets the wave by. Now they'll be tightening up here and be back underway. So yeah, we got 42 to go right now. But we'll have 41 to go when they get the green. I don't think there's a car out there that can make it unless we have a caution.
Right, interesting 4-wide formation right now in caution.
I see that. Femi and Anthony and Daniel and Josh Robin. Yeah, 4 wide. Well, that's the time to do it, boys, when you're under caution.
Oh, yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if we'll see some under green as well, especially in the final laps. We're definitely going to see some of that. Well, Nathan Lewis did get the wave around, so he's coming back around to catch up to the field.
Yeah, he's got that thing wound out, man. He's going to be catching up to the back of the field with a full head of steam But they're on the backstretch, so he will close up to the back of them.
And Josh Robbins still blinking. Will his internet hold? And I gotta tell you, for anybody that's riding behind Josh Robbins at restricted plate track, it's gotta be nerve-wracking because you have no idea where that car is gonna be. I mean, we saw during that last stage that Elijah Gracia, he was behind Josh Robbins. He moved back car length or two just to not be right tucked in behind Josh Robbins because he was blinking so bad. So we'll see if there'll be any more of that. But Rudy, they're going to come back to the restart, and we're going to have 41 laps to go.
All right, get them going, Joseph.
All right, we got Caden Henry and Anthony Emery on the front row. Then you got Daniel Falkham, Josh Robbins, Femi Olat, Will Klein, Justin Lisby, Cody Miller, Terrell Baker, and Eric Hall rounds out the top 10. That's your top 10. Pace car is in, and we're waiting for the leader to hit that restart line and get ready to go. And here we go. The green flag is back in the air. We're back underway.
Caden Henry leads that lap and drops down in front of Anthony Emery.
Tell you what, they got single file really quick in the first 6 or 7 cars, but in battle lap, they'll be back in a full pack. That outside lane will come back. It could actually come back right here down this back straightaway as they get back up to speed now. Single file right now. Now, it's like, are we going to see some single file racing for a little while until it's time to get back going? I mean, we saw, obviously, two wide, 3 wide in the first stage, but how long are they going to do that, and when are they going to do that? It looks like right now they're going to stay single file.
Yep. Now Ben Nelson finds himself mired back in 10th, but never fear, he'll be back up there.
Absolutely.
Eric Hall and one of my favorite paint jobs out there, the Kellogg's Corn Flakes Terry Labonte paint scheme. Awesome. One of the greatest drivers of all time right there, Terry Labonte.
Yeah, absolutely. Great paint scheme. We got a lot of great paint schemes in this race. You got Caden Henry, the race leader. He's actually driving Kurt Busch's throwback scheme, Rubbermaid. It's actually the throwback scheme Kurt Busch is going to race in the Cup Series next week. Not this following weekend, but the next weekend at Darlington. Then you got Anthony Emery's got Jimmy Johnson's Lowe's black car. Then you got Days of Thunder, Daniel Falkham, Dale Jarrett's UPS car for Josh Robbins, and Justin Lisby in the Richard Petty STP. Right now, Lombard Bros Gaming. Then you got Rainbow Royer. You got the Amp Energy scheme of Cody Miller. Got a lot of good schemes tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just restarted trading paints because I had a different car there for Caden Henry than you did. I got the Haas Incorporated or something.
Yeah, it's Haas. It's the Haas car.
Oh, okay.
It's his throwback to next week's race for Kurt Busch. But yeah, what originally was Rubbermaid back when Kurt Busch raced that scheme and that sponsor. But yeah, so far it looks like everybody is single file right now. Nobody's willing to make a move on that outside lane, and Caden Henry is just going to keep leading this field.
Yep. And there's another great one too. The Pennzoil car there that was ran by Steve Parks.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Ernie Irvin ran that car. Man, nice looking car right there by Andrew Cardinelli. Nice looking cars. Rusty Wall of paint scheme there by John Barry. Now John's got a lot of work to do. He's back in 15th now. He's got to be inside that top 5 to have a great finish today. Back up front, Caden Henry. Still leading. And Anthony Emery right on his bumper. Now Anthony led 1 lap, got a bonus point, which he needed because he fell to 11th in the points. So he definitely needs to have a great finish tonight.
Yeah, and so far, it looks like we got 2 separate packs. We got another pack back there, a group of 7 cars. that's back there. And now look here in this lead pack. Looks like Scott Rambler, first car on that outside lane. Is anybody else going to pull out and make that move on the outside lane?
Yeah, we got Andrew Cardinelli pulls out there, goes with him. And who is that? Keaton Jones? Keaton Jones, I think,
that's Terrell Baker. Keaton Jones behind Andrew Cardinelli. And you got Terrell Baker just pulled in front of Scott Rambler. And here comes Femi Olad now going to pull up in front of Terrell Baker to the outside lane. So it looked like 3 or 4 laps under this green flag, and now we're getting the second lane in formation.
Yes, sir. Malad Radman, I noticed, is clear back in 17th, but he's slowly progressing back to the front. He's getting there.
Yeah, Femi Olad going for that 3rd spot on the outside, Daniel Falkingham. He started back in 23rd, and he's doing it. He held back for a little while around the top 10, top 12, but now it looks like he's ready to get up to the front.
Oh, look at Caden, yep. Caden comes up there to slow that line up a little.
And that's what we're going to be seeing a lot now in this final stage. Whoever's the leader, if any lane's moving, you want to block that lane to prevent that run. Caden Henry's trying to stay on that outside lane, but it doesn't look like Femi Olad got enough of a run with the help from Terrell Baker. Here he comes for the race lead on the outside.
And Femi Olad to the lead.
It's not quite clear yet.
Oh,
now
there he is.
Down to the bottom.
Wow. He dove it down there in front of Caden Henry. Well, that left Terrell Baker up on the high side now with a little bit of help there. It looks like Scott Rambler right behind him. Scott coming from 22nd. An excellent road course racer. Not so good on the ovals, he says. But Talladega, really, I mean, what can you say? You know, it's just a matter of minding your P's and Q's out there and keeping that car clean. He's doing an excellent job.
Yeah, doing an excellent job. And looks like Terrell Baker is now leading that outside lane. He's got Scott Rambler behind him. Here comes Caden Henry. He shoots to the outside of Femi Olad. He wants to get that back to that race lead. And Terrell Baker right over the back bumper, getting him that bump. Yes,
he did. He gave him a shot in the rear right there. Femi on the inside gets that run off the bottom, though.
Rudy, I've been in this position before, you know, out there with these guys racing in Newark and at these restricted play tracks. Around this time is when everybody's going to start getting aggressive now. Yep. Coming down to almost 30 laps to go, this is when everybody's going to start getting aggressive. You have to be up on the wheel the entire time. You have to keep your eyes wide open. Make sure you're ready just in case if anything happens. And it can tend to be nerve-wracking at times, especially if you're in a close pack like this. Like I said, I've been in this situation several times before, and let me tell you something, the adrenaline kicks up, especially for those drivers that are looking outside the playoffs, and for those drivers that are trying to have a good opportunity, a good night in the points. So we'll see what's going to happen in these final 30 or so laps, but Caden Henry still getting that push from Terrell Baker. He's going to lead at the line, and we're going to have 32 laps to go.
And Caden Henry comes down the hill in front of Femi Olad. That leaves Terrell Baker up on the high side now. If he can get a little help from Scott Rambler and Justin Lisenby, that outside line could take over again. So, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of passing on that outside. Caden comes up to the high side.
Yeah, and that opened the door for Femi Olad to get underneath him. But I guarantee, you know, Terrell Baker, he's just all over the back bumper of Caden Henry. He's going to try to push him back up to the front. He's going to get that run behind Caden Henry, see if he can get back to his back bumper. They're side by side coming to the line right now. And Caden Henry's going to lead that lap.
Boy, he is leading them on the outside. Femi's only led, I think, 1 lap so far. Yeah, he led 1 lap. He just happened to be at the right place at the right time when he took that lead over. And Caden Henry's been beating him on the outside every single lap.
Andrew Cardinelli is all of a sudden in the top 10 as well. He's the 5th car on the outside lane, so he's done a good job getting up to the field. Caden Henry gets back down to bottom, and here comes Terrell Baker. Not quite there yet. Not quite alongside Caden Henry, but he's going to be challenging for that race lead. Now he does. Here he comes.
Yes, he is, and he gets a pretty good push there from Scott Rambler. But is it going to be enough to get to the line? No. Well, maybe. Man. Yes, he does. He leads that lap.
He does. Nice job.
Nice.
By
Very
1
nice.
1,000th of a second.
Yep. Well, he needed that. Terrell's back 13th in the points. He was kind of like outside that cutoff right there. We were talking about only the top 12 will make it to the chase, but only one more race after this week. So, you know, he's got to get every valuable point that he can possibly get. He's got to try to get by guys like Tom Mercier. Now, Tom is way back in 27th position. So he would pass Tom Mercier in points right now.
Yeah, Terrell Baker only one spot outside that playoffs. He came in here 13 points behind the cutoff, so he's definitely going to need a good night if he wants to have that cushion for next week at Kansas. But looked like Caden Henry back to the race lead.
Yeah, he come up in front of Terrell there to kind of slow up that upper line, but I don't know if he's going to keep doing that here down the backstretch. Terrell closes that gap up, and Terrell's got a pretty good run this time on the upper side.
Yeah, Scott Rambler doing a very good job tucking in behind Terrell Baker. Make sure that Terrell Baker stays side by side with Caden Henry. It seems like the bottom lane gets going at some point, and then the outside lane gets going at some point. That's how even both lanes are right now. I mean, it's going to be very interesting who's going to get the better run, and see if the leader right now, Caden Henry, can hold off the person on the outside, which is Terrell Baker. But still a lot of racing left to go. We got 28. Oh, trouble! There we go. Turn 2.
Oh my gosh, that's the big one.
And Malad Radman's involved. Andrew Cardinelli.
Oh my. Well, we're gonna find out here.
Daniel Falkingham involved.
Oh my. Might have been Falkingham, the one that was involved in that. Let's go see. Let's see what happened here. Wow. That was the big one. We were waiting for that one.
This is exactly what all these drivers are fearing, is the big one. And it just stroked with 28 laps to go.
All right, I'm on board here with Falkingham. Let's see what happens. Oh, right there, Malad Radman gets hooked.
Yeah.
I believe that was Andrew Cardinelli.
That was Andrew Cardinelli. Was just trying to push Malad Radman. Got on this left rear quarter panel and turned Malad Radman right back down into Daniel Falkingham. And look at the big one. Look at Andrew Cardinelli up on top of the wall, and Elijah Gracia underneath him.
Let me go to the far chase here, and we'll go on board with Cardinelli. If I can find him here. Where the heck is he? There he is. Okay, so he's the one that he got into Malad Radman right there. Malad comes down, hooks Falkingham, collects Josh Robin. Cardinelli goes up the hill, and he's going to collect several drivers up here. Oh, my. Oh,
Cody
Malad
Miller
Radman.
Justin Lisby got a little piece of it.
And Cardinelli rides the wall here in turn 2. Yeah, back on his wheels, though, and he got it going. Golly, man, I can't believe that. That is unbelievable driving right there by him. All right, well, everybody's coming to pit road.
And you know, just look at that big one. I'm telling you, you know, obviously in the coming down to closing down on the laps, obviously the big one can strike at any time. It's not a matter of where it happens, it's when. And unfortunately, it's collected several drivers.
Well, the one that stayed out was Scott Rambler. He's going to collect the bonus point, but everybody else on pit road.
Looks like Scott Rambler and Bobby Chaney, they both stayed out. So maybe just trying to save some fuel. Hopefully they could try and make it to the end.
Yep, Caden Henry out already. Looks like a 2-tire change for Caden. Terrell Baker out. He's going to come out second. Anthony Emery, Femi Olat, Will Klein. A lot of these guys only 2-tire changes. Jose Solis. Now Jose has been in the back riding, being quiet. not causing any problems. He's got himself inside the top 10 now, Joseph.
Yeah, absolutely. And Malad Radman, he just got into the chat, not very happy about that incident. Got turned by Andrew Cardinelli, so I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if any payback would be received, but obviously, as you could tell in chat right now, for Malad Radman, not very happy with that incident. And Malad, he was having such a good run early on in the first stage. He was led some laps, started on pole. He fell back before that stage ended, and he was just slowly moving back through the field. And unfortunately, Andrew Cardinelli just got to his left rear quarter panel and just turned him.
Well, I hate to say this. I mean, I'm not sticking up for anybody or blaming anybody, but you know, super speedway racing, we know these cars are so on the edge. For one,
well,
they get that bumper hook. It just seems like all the time we get bumper hooks on these cars, you know. And if it was at the right place and they kind of got stacked up there, I think Cardinelli got into the back of them. It could have been like a sandwich effect, what I called like the meat in the middle of the sandwich, and Malad Radman just happened to be in the middle there, no place to go, and getting a shove from Cardinelli, and that will hook him. So you know, it's kind of it's just a super speedway farce that you got to deal with every time.
Well, let's see if we can get a word with him and see what happened from his perspective. Malad Radman, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, it doesn't seem like you're very happy right now in the chat. Tell us your perspective of what happened in the incident.
Oh, well, it's very simple. I know what I'm doing, and I was trying to get through the middle lane, and if someone left a gap in the middle, I would take it, but I made sure they left the gap. I wouldn't just force my way in there. I would make sure they left a gap, and I would try to get my nose in there, and I did that twice because I know what I'm doing. Then this idiot, who doesn't race at all any week, actually, he just showed up at Dega for some reason. He thinks he can just force the gap when there is no gap. There's a way to do it. I was just following what was behind me. I saw him in my mirror, and he was aligned with me, and then 1 second later, he tries turning left, and he turns me. It's just people who don't know what they're doing, so it's that simple. I mean, he knows that he messed up, and if he thinks he didn't mess up, then damn, I might want to sell the iRacing equipment, because that was the dumbest thing I've seen.
Well, obviously, you had a very good run early on, and, you know, you came into this race 6th in points, 107 points back, but then you got Terrell Baker. Tom Mercier actually is 151 back. You're obviously going to lose some points, so that's going to mean that you really have to get up on that wheel next week at Kansas. So, how's the car? Are you able to get back out there on the racetrack, or is it done?
No, it's done. It's done. I got turned. I got a left turn, left hooked, so... Just, that's what happens, man. Like, everyone else in the league we were all running great. I don't race with that Cardinal guy at all. He's never in here, so I don't know what he's doing. But everyone, I mean, it's just so frustrating because I couldn't race for 2 weeks, you know, and I wanted to come back to Talladega and put on a show, and I feel like I was putting on a show, like running up front at the beginning, and then I just made one bad move trying to take a 3 wide to the outside. You should never do that. And then, so when that happened, I fell to the back, and I was making my way back up towards the front, and I was just, it's just so stupid.
Well, Malad, I'm really sorry that you got torn up here. You're having a great run, but hopefully you could definitely rebound for next week at Kansas. So, wish you the best of luck next week, and I'm sorry about the incident.
Yeah, 10-4.
Not very happy at all, Rudy.
Nope, not a happy camper. Well, I mean, you know, well, we're going back to green, so we'll get them underway here, and we can talk some more about it. Pace car's in. Rambler bringing him to the lead here. Bobby Cheney on the outside. Now, Rambler's led a couple of laps. Bobby Cheney has not led a lap yet today.
Green flag,
and there we go, back to green.
And it looked like both of them went about even there. Looked like they both got going about the same time. Bobby Cheney hanging tight on that outside lane. Terrell Baker giving him a good push. Femi a lap there as well. And then you got Caden Henry and Anthony Emery on the bottom lane. And, oh, man, Scott Rambler, he wanted to pull up in front of Bobby Cheney. Obviously, Bobby Cheney has a run. Couldn't quite get up there. He's going to stay to that outside lane.
Yep. Now, Bobby has not led a lap yet today, but he's getting a great push by Terrell Baker. Don't know if it's going to be enough here to help him get to the front to lead a lap, but because Scott Rambler's looking pretty strong on that bottom.
Bobby Cheney hanging tight on that outside lane. But it looks like Scott Rambler is actually going to clear him. Boy, Caden Henry all over the door on Bobby Cheney right there. I'm telling you, you're going to see maybe a little bit more of that in the closing laps, just trying to get some side drive, make sure that car on the outside lane or the inside lane doesn't get a run. But looks like Bobby Cheney's still hanging tight on that outside lane for that second spot, trying to battle for the second spot. Oh, man, big moment, almost big moment there with Anthony Emery and Bobby Cheney.
Yeah, let's watch. Femi Olat gets right down close to Anthony Emery here, and who's that? Will Klein. Watch him. He gets right down there and tries to get some of that side grab. It's important, but he's kind of in a boxed-in position right now, where even though he can get that speed, it's really not going to benefit him because he can't go nowhere. So, just going to have to ride it out for right now. Rambler leading another lap. And he comes to the he swung out there a little bit.
Probably tried to break some of that momentum on that outside lane. You gotta be careful with that. You gotta time it perfect too, because if you misjudge it just a little bit, you're gonna see yourself either go spin in the infield or into the outside wall, and could collect a few others. But Scott Rambler, who's known to be only good at road courses for the most part, he's leading the way here at Talladega. This would be good for him if he can close out with a win tonight for sure.
Yes, sir. Coming up on lap car there, I think that's Elijah. Yeah, Elijah Gracia with some pretty heavy damage on it, but they're closing up on him real quick here.
Man, Caden Henry moves to the outside going for that race lead, and he's going to lead that lap.
And he brings Anthony Emery right along with him. They cut up in front of Bobby Cheney there. And Elijah's going to get off the racetrack down onto the apron there and let them guys go by. That's a very, very smart move on his part, and a very sportsmanlike move too.
Yeah, look at Anthony Emery just pushing Caden Henry to the race lead. They both actually get down to the bottom lane. So it looked like Caden was staying with Anthony Emery until he got cleared as well. And they both moved down to the bottom racetrack. Andrew Cardinelli is out of the race. Just got word from that. So tough break for him.
We're coming to 20 to go this time by. 20 laps to go. Now they can make it on fuel and tires. They don't have to worry about fuel or tires. Now Scott Rambler stayed out. He could be about the closest one. Him and Bobby Cheney, they could be kind of close on fuel, but with the cautions the way they fell, they're probably okay. They're gonna be close, but nowhere, I don't think it's anything to really worry about close,
Yeah, absolutely. Here comes Bobby Cheney with the run on the outside lane. Alongside Caden Henry, getting the push from Terrell Baker right now. Bobby Cheney, we haven't seen him much in the first half of the race, and he stayed out under that last caution. Now all of a sudden, he is challenging for the lead. We're coming to 19 laps to go, and it looks like he's going to lead this lap.
Yeah, yes he does. Collects a bonus point. A much-needed bonus point, because he is 14th in the points, Joseph.
Yeah, definitely. He came into this race only 14th in points, so he needs a good run tonight. And, with guys like Tom Mercier that's running in the back right now, and, Terrell Baker is right there, too. I mean, those two guys, they need a good night. They need a good result to have a better shot, especially for next week at Kansas. So if a good night happens tonight, they're going to have a better opportunity maybe for next week.
Yeah, both running 13th and 14th in points. And, this would be this is a dire need situation right here for both of them drivers to make it into the chase. So neither one of them have a win under their belt, so that can't lock them in. They just need to win the race, finish first, second, whatever, get the most amount of points that they can possibly get, and hopefully the guys that they were racing against, guys like Sean Williams, Cody Miller, Jared Darling, these guys finish way behind them, and they can gain a lot of points on some of them guys,
Absolutely, and Terrell Baker was alongside Bobby Cheney through 1 and 2, fall behind just a little bit. Yeah, so far so good. Who I've been noticing that just got back into the top 10. How about John Barry on that outside lane? The second car in that outside lane behind Terrell Baker. He's all of a sudden running in the top 10. Jared Darling, Eric Hall, all these guys got themselves back in the top 10. Nathan Lewis, who got the waiver out before that last crash. Look at this, Rudy, 3 wide. Anthony Edwards. But guess what? No help. This is exactly what you do not need to happen. If you want to make a move, you got to make sure somebody's following behind you. Fortunately, not for Anthony Henry.
Yeah, he's going to get hung out to dry out there. That's part of that. You can go from hero to zero or zero to hero in 1 lap. He finally gets a break and falls in front of Nathan Lewis.
Yeah, he only looked like he dropped a few spots, but it could be costly spots for sure. But here comes John Barry. All of a sudden, he's in the top 5. Like I mentioned, Eric Hall, he's all of a sudden up in the top 10. Jared Darling. Most guys that we haven't talked about yet in tonight's race, all of a sudden, we see themselves going for this win.
Yes, sir. Caden Henry takes that. Now, Terrell Baker has been up there and has helped many drivers get to that lead, but nobody's given him a hand. Maybe John Barry will come up there and kind of team up with him and push Terrell and him to the front. That would be, I'm sure Terrell would be more than appreciative of that. Oh my gosh! They just squeezed Bobby Cheney right out of it.
Well, that all got started because Bobby Cheney had a run on Caden Henry, and when Caden Henry put that big block on him, all of a sudden Bobby Cheney is all by himself on the outside lane. He's going to drop back several spots. Here comes Terrell Baker back on the outside for the lead, coming to 16 laps to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll bet you Bobby Cheney ain't too happy about that situation.
No, absolutely
I wouldn't
not.
be. That was kind of an unneeded block right there, and
it definitely caught Bobby Cheney off guard.
Yeah,
there for sure. But I mean, nothing Caden Henry doing wrong. Obviously, he's protecting the lead, and that's exactly what we see a lot in these restrict plate tracks. But man, you got it. Sometimes it could be off by surprise, and that's what it did for Bobby Cheney. But he touched back in line. He's going to be fine, and see if he can get back up to the front. They're coming to 14 to go this time by.
Tony Hilbrand, 16th place. Good run for him in the McDonald's car. I love that car. That's a nice looking car. I don't like McDonald's, but that's a nice looking car.
Straight up. I don't like McDonald's. So.
Nah, I'm not a McDonald's fan.
But they might sponsor you.
Yeah, true. But
well, look at John Barry tucked in behind Terrell Baker right on his bumper to try to push Terrell for the lead.
Well, I did want to point out something here. Our first stage winner, Aaron Smith, is back in 18th place and starting to lose a draft here, trying to get a little help from Chuck Sweeting. These guys back here, 18th and 19th. A long ways back to Ben Nelson and company. What happened to Ben Nelson and Justin Lisenby?
Well, Justin Lisenby got a little bit damaged involved in that big wreck several laps ago. Yeah, but yeah, Benjamin Nelson, I don't know if he got a piece of it. I think he did. He did. He's right back there, but obviously a night like this is not going to hurt him. He's definitely made the playoffs. Here we come to the outside. Terrell Baker for the lead with 13 laps to go, but just cannot quite stay alongside Caden Henry. Seems like Femi Elias doing a good job just pushing Caden Henry to the lead, but Terrell Baker just can't quite get alongside of him.
Yeah, eventually, you know, Femi's going to feel the heat building up in that motor. He's going to have to really keep an eye on that. I found, you know, kind of a secret with these Gen 6s. If you push on the straightaways and back off in the corners and let the air get in that radiator, you'll have less problems with it. It won't overheat as much. There he ducks out, tries to get a little cool air, and Caden Henry comes out in front of him. He's going to get shuffled out.
Man.
Terrell Baker, and he gets bumped.
Oh my gosh, nice.
Is he going to save it? Femi saves it.
Oh man, but somebody all the way back there, looked like Anthony Emery is going to be the loser on that. When he was avoiding, my goodness, what a save for Femi Olai. It looked like Terrell had a run up there. And man, that was a close call. And look at this battle for the lead. It looked like he was going to shoot to the outside and just faked Caden Henry down to the inside. Jared Darling, Brandon Buzak, all of a sudden, they're up here.
Yeah, Brandon Buzak he come from 18th in the field. We didn't see him the first whole half of this race. And here he comes down, taking 11 to go, and he's running in second place, pushing the daylights out of Scott Rambler right now.
Rudy, this is when the intensity picks up. You saw what happened there a lap ago. That could have been big right there. Obviously, business is picking up. 11 laps to go. This is just getting exciting. We actually got 3 lap cars that are coming up on Malad Radman, Daniel Falkingham, and Elijah Gracia. So they're going to have to get around them. But all of a sudden, business is picking up, and they're going to come to 10 to go next time by.
Well, Caden Henry just got shuffled out of the mix right there. He finds himself back in 10th place, just ahead of John Barry. So he got shuffled out. Brendan Buzak second, Femi Olat third, and Nathan Lewis, which was a lap down. And he got back on the lead lap. And here he is in 4th.
10 laps to go, and looked like Brendan Buzak wanted to make a move on the outside lane. Nobody went with him. If he's going to get into that inside lane, he's going to have to do it now because here comes Eric Hall.
Yeah. You know, he's not going to get in there, but here comes Jared Darling up to save the day. And he tucks up underneath Brendan Buzak, and they're going to go with that outside lane. Oh, and he gets hooked! Oh, no! Brendan Buzak goes around. Let's go see what happened here. We're going to get back under green again. Yeah, looked like Jared Darling might have hooked him. I don't really want to say that for sure, but that was just a quick glance. Let's go back and take a look here. All right, Brendan Buzak's on the outside of this group right here, and it looks like the 04 of Eric Hall, and here comes Jared Darling coming up behind him. And there could have been a little sawing action there. Oh, I think Jared thought about going 3 wide right there. And at the last second decided not to and sawed on that back bumper there of Brendan Buzak. Hooks him, spins him around, and Brandon goes into the outside wall. So the Goodwrench Chevrolet going to have heavy damage now.
Yeah, hard hitting that outside wall. Definitely going to be done for the night. Brandon Buzak, you know, haven't talked about him much all race long, and then all of a sudden we found him up racing for lead, but then got shuffled out on that outside lane. And unfortunately, you know, obviously this stuff's going to happen late in the race. The intensity picks up, just like I pointed out, and you're going to see some of this for sure.
Well, nobody's going to stop because track position's going to mean everything out here. Even though we know Scott Rambler stayed out on that one caution there, him and Bobby Cheney, I think Scott's going to be okay now that this caution has fallen. I think he's going to have enough fuel to make it.
Absolutely. Nobody's going to come down pit road. You'd be a fool if you did. Probably some of the drivers in the back that maybe know that may not have enough fuel to make the end might as well come down pit road, but for the most part, nobody's going to come down.
Man, this is going to be crazy because we're probably going to have about 5 or 6 to go when they get the green.
Yeah, and if another caution comes out, then the race would be over. So this is definitely going to be the important restart coming up. Tell you a driver that I just noticed that's just all of a sudden top 5. How about Spencer Owens? Haven't really talked about him at all. He just came out of nowhere.
Well, why don't you grab him? Let's drag him up here. Let's talk to him.
Sounds good.
Spencer Owens. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi. Well, we haven't talked to you at all or talked much about you at all night long. All of a sudden, you're in 5th, going for this win. How's the car? Or how have you been doing in traffic?
I mean, I've just been like chilling out, just going along with the ride for a while. They all were starting to get antsy, and I was just taking the spots when they were giving them to me. So I ended up here somehow. I'm gonna hope I can see if I can get the rest of these 4 other cars in front of me and see if we can come out with a W here.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we see you get the W here. You're gonna need it. What are we expecting out of you? Are you gonna maybe try to? Are you gonna stay on that bottom lane? Hopefully, you find yourself in the lead there, or are you gonna make some moves on the outside lane?
I'm just gonna drive. Honestly, it's really, you really don't know with this track. You don't know what's gonna happen here. There's also Femi on the outside too. He's really good here. So it's really just how the dice roll here. So we'll just go along with the ride.
Well, maybe we'll talk to you again after this race. Best of luck out there in the final few laps.
I hope so. Thank you.
He just came out of nowhere through
I
this
don't.
field.
Well, sorry about that, Joseph.
I know, it's all good. I didn't know you wanted to talk to him.
No, that's fine. It's fine. You do a great job. I'll just leave you at it.
You pay for the broadcast. I do the rest. It seems like. You're the main man. I'm just the co-commentator.
Well, Femi's going to start on the outside, and he's got Eric Hall up there with him. Now, Eric, we ain't seen a whole lot of Eric, but he has been inside the top 10 here this latter part of the race. I'm kind of curious to see what he's got up his sleeve here. Maybe he's got something he's in plan. You got to have a teammate. You got to have somebody to go with. You got to have a dancing partner out there. It's somebody that you can trust. Somebody that may say, Eric's, well, he's way back. He's pretty much out of it for the chase. But Femi's in the, he's got a chance. Doesn't he? No, they're actually right together. Oh. Well, they both need a great finish. So, you might see them two work together and just drive away.
Absolutely. A lot can happen in the final few laps of this race. Rudy, I guess Terrell Baker has been upset that we haven't interviewed him at all. You think we could get him down here?
We'll do it. It's up to you, buddy.
Terrell Baker, you got a copy, buddy?
Hey, what's up? I'm finally here.
Yeah, well, we were just saying that, you haven't been interviewed in a while, and we kind of felt bad, so we thought we'd bring you down here. You're doing a very good job tonight. You've been running up front for the most part, just going for that race lead. You've led a couple of laps. How's the car in traffic for you?
The car in traffic, it's kind of like, it doesn't really suck up all that well, but out in clean air, it's great, of course, I'm not overheating or any of that, but it's so hot out, or the track is hot. I don't know what the temperature is now, but it's so hot that, like, after like 2 or 3 laps, even like if you're not up on the guy behind you, you literally overheat, and you go to like 280, 290 like that. So it's quite hot out here,
Quite hot indeed, and the racing has been as well. Well, you're going to be restarting 8th. Do you think, what's your strategy in the final few laps? You're going to, obviously, it seems like the outside lane, for the most part, has had better runs than the inside lane. Depends on how many cars you got in the outside lane. Are you going to stay on that outside lane and just follow that line, or are we going to see you maybe move down to the bottom? What are we expecting out of you?
You're expecting me to either win this race or go in the grave, honestly. Honestly, I don't know what line. I mean, the high side last restart, only because I was like second in line, was all right. But the bottom line has been like the line, like off that first lap of the restart. So I'm going to maybe try to get down there. If I can't, I'm going to push the Dale out of freaking Jared ahead of me and try to get the win,
Well, hopefully, maybe not as far to the grave, but at least keep all 4 tires on the racetrack for sure, because Talladega, you might be up on your roof and stuff. But, well, TCB, good luck to you. Maybe we'll talk to you again in a few minutes, but best of luck in the final few laps, buddy.
All right, thank you. And I want to give a quick shout-out to my mom. My girl's watching also.
Yep.
Yeehaw Nation, TCB Nation. I'm going to give a quick yeehaw real quick. Is that all right? Is that good?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
There you go. Well, maybe we'll have another yeehaw after this race, but best of luck to you in the final few laps, buddy.
All right, man. I'll see you guys at Victory Lane.
All right. I'm going to hold him. I'm going to hold him to that.
Yeah, I'll hold him to that. Maybe we'll see him in Victory Lane. A lot can happen here.
Oh,
and they're double foul, Rudy. We're going to have 5 laps to go here on this restart.
We'll get them going on this final restart. This will be it right here. Unless the caution come out right away, then we might see a 1-lap shootout. But I would say probably not. But, you never know, because these guys, every one of these guys are going to be so aggressive on this restart. You got to get every position you can as you're getting up to speed. And I have no doubt we're probably going to see 3 wide, possibly even 4 wide on the backstretch.
Oh, absolutely. This is, if you're going to make some moves to get to the front, it's now, especially for those guys that are riding in the top 10. We'll see if they can race all the way to the checkered flag, or we're going to have a race-ending caution. But It's just a matter of who's gonna be leading this thing at the checkered flag. But yeah, Rudy, the intensity is gonna pick up right here. We're gonna see some 3 wide, 4 wide action. It's gonna be amazing. So we're gonna get them going here with 5 laps to go. You got Scott Ramler and Femi Olat on the front row. Nathan Lewis, who was a lap down earlier, he's all of a sudden in 3rd. Eric Hall 4th. Spencer Owens, hasn't seen him much all race long. He's all of a sudden 5th. Jared Darling 6th. Keen Jones 7th. Terrell Baker 8th. Terrell said he's going to go to victory lane. He's very confident about that. We'll see. Bobby Chaney 9th. And Kanan Henry rounds up the top 10. The pace car is off. Here we go, guys. 5 laps to go to see who's going to grab the checkered flag. Will we go all the way to the checkered flag, green flag, or will we have another big one?
I doubt it.
Green flag, green flag.
And here we go. The green flag is back in the air. We're back on the way. 5 laps to go here at Talladega. Just about even on that restart, Rudy, on the front row.
Yes, sir. And I'll tell you, keep an eye on Femi and Eric up there on that high side, and Jared Darling giving them a little push too. That would not surprise me to see something happen with that upper line.
Here comes Femi Olat with a run down the back straightaway, trying to go for that lead. Just Eric Hall, just not quite close enough behind him to push him clear of Scott Ramler. You got Nathan Lewis tucked in behind Scott Ramler.
Yes, he is, and I'm telling you, he is not getting off that bumper for any reason. Some of these guys, and I've seen it, I've heard it, I've done it. You just tell the guy right ahead of you, just hang on, because I am not backing off. If it blows up, but I'm pushing you to the win. And Scott Rambler going to lead this lap, and they got quite the lead over Femi Olat, but here he comes, back around the outside again.
4 laps to go. Here comes Femi Olat, getting another run on that outside lane. Eric Hall just doing everything he can to get to his bumper and push him. Look at the side drafting right now. And Nathan Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis all over that bumper, but man, is it enough to keep Scott up ahead? I don't know. And he is just pushing the daylights out of Scott Rambler right now.
Oh, man.
Be careful.
Oh, my goodness, getting tight. And Spencer Owens, he had to check up just a little bit to not turn on Nathan Lewis. Here comes Femi Olat back to the outside.
Yes, he is. He's got a lot of help right there. I mean, Eric Hall's trying everything he can to get up there. He needs a little push there from Jared Darling.
Whoa, Darling!
And Darling!
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, what happened? He dove it to the bottom and left those guys hanging up there. Whoa!
I thought Femi Olat had the opportunity to maybe get down to that inside in front of Spencer Owens, but Owens had a run. And now here comes Spencer Owens for the 3rd spot. And the top 2, Scott Rambler and Nathan Lewis, they are single file. They're clear.
And look at Femi trying to get down there, get some side draft right now off of Spencer Owens. Spencer, steady Eddie on that wheel, riding that yellow line. That's what he's got to do. Oh, and a little pusher, Nathan Lewis to the outside.
2 to go.
Oh my gosh, comes right up in front of Femi.
Let's please make it to the white. I want to see a
good yeah, I do too. This is going to be crazy at the end. I don't know about you guys, but man, I'm like ready to blow up here.
Nathan Lewis couldn't quite stay side by side with Scott Rambler. Spencer Owens all of a sudden going for that 2nd spot. And look at that, Keen Jones is all of a sudden in the picture.
And they're coming to get the white flag this time by Nathan Lewis up on that high side, kind of holding up Femi a little. Femi trying to get right up to his bumper there. Oh, yes!
Oh, he does get to the outside. To the lead he goes.
And Spencer is not led yet today, and he gets a heck of a push there from Nathan Lewis.
White flag, Rudy.
One more lap.
Race to the checkered flag.
Oh, and he does clear Scott Rambler, but he does not come down.
Get there. Here comes Scott Rambler back to the bottom. And Jared Darling is going to follow him.
Oh, my gosh, I'm telling you. This is crazy.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. They are just about even. You got Scott Rambler on the inside. Spencer Owens on the outside. Jared Darling behind Scott Rambler. Nathan Lewis behind Spencer Owens. They're heading into turn number 3.
Coming out of turn 4, side by side. They're not giving 1 square inch of real estate to one another. Side draft in play. Spencer Owens I don't know. Spencer Owens could steal this, and no contact. They get into it.
Side to the checkered flag. Jared Darling, Nathan.
Oh
Lewis.
my gosh!
John Barry.
Oh my God! Holy
Jared
smokes!
Darling gets it.
Do you believe
Oh my
it?
goodness. Jared
my
Darling.
God! We gotta go back and look at that one more time. That was absolutely crazy. We're on Spencer Owens here. Let me go back and watch this here real quick to see exactly what happened. I'm not sure if Spencer got into Scott or Scott got into Spencer, but they're on the front row here coming to the checkered flag. And they're still side by side. Let's see here. Okay, Scott Rambler kind of comes up the hill into Spencer Owens.
No, it looked like I think they were both doing the same thing, trying to use the side draft. Scott Rambler came up, Spencer Owens came down, and Scott Rambler goes for a wild ride.
Oh my gosh, hooked Femio Lat. Everybody got caught up into that. Terrell Baker.
Yeah, Jose Solis, Terrell Baker, Eric Hall.
Oh my gosh, I am telling you, that was, oh my God, one of the craziest finishes I've ever seen. Wow. Well, Jared Darling walks away with the win. I can't believe that. That was just one of the wildest finishes. I'm telling you, Joseph, that was crazy. We're going to get a shot right here at the line because all three of these guys, they deserve this. They actually put on one whale of a finish right there. These guys never lifted off of the gas, man. They kept their foot right to the floor, and I don't blame them.
And Jared Darling beats John Barry by 1/100th of a second, 0.017.
Yep, that's 17 1,000ths of a second. That's how close it was. All right, well, we'll get these guys down here in just a second, folks, so stay with us while we get them down here. All right, we caught up with Jared Darling, one of the wildest finishes that I have ever seen at Newark. Jared, you won it today. Did you ever think about you were going to grab the win out of that mess?
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. On the restart there, I was just focused on trying to get to that bottom lane because the top lane is just really, really crappy here with the Gen 6 cars. And I got down to the bottom behind Spencer, and my plan was to try to get me and him up front because we kind of work together a lot and we're good friends. So I was trying to get to him, and then he went to the outside, so I had really no choice but to push Scott there. And coming off forward, they made contact, and everything just kind of went wide open from there. It was an open view of that start-finish line. I just hoped for the best, and I saw John coming to the inside there. Had a run, and I knew it was going to be close, and just barely got it. I am so pumped right now.
Oh, bet you are, brother. Well, I'll tell you what, you definitely needed this. This is, it's going to be a great points night for you overall tonight. Come from 14th. You were kind of quiet there. You kind of got yourself into the top 10. You stayed there pretty much the whole second half of the race there, and you did great. Now, let's go back, rewind back to the first stage. You kind of had a position that you could have possibly really won that, for a while there, and then you kind of got shuffled back. We've seen a lot of guys getting shuffled out. What was going on there? Were guys bumping each other and pushing them out?
Well, to be honest, I never was really close to the front in the first stage. It was just really hard. If you were not in that top 10, it was just really hard to get through the pack with how the package is with these cars, and so I was just kind of stuck in like 15th, really. So when the end of the stage came, because I knew there was going to be a caution, I just kind of hung back, and I knew I was going to get a yellow to get group back up, and then I took 2 tires on that pit stop and got up in the top 10 and raced from there. So that was kind of the strategy there for me.
This is going to be one for the record books right here, Jared. I can't remember the last time I've seen a finish that crazy. So, but you
I'm glad
pulled it
I
off.
ended up winning that one.
Well, what did you think when you seen that happening up ahead of you? I mean, it was just like, chaos, total chaos right there. Did you just keep your foot in it and close your eyes?
No lift in there. You're coming to the checkered. I saw Scott and Spencer make contact, and I mean, it was like there was 2 cars in front of me, and all of a sudden, I got a chance to win this thing now. And and then Nathan had a good run on the outside, and we hit, and I thought I was gonna go head on to the wall there, and I really appreciate not getting wrecked there. I kind of moved up a little bit. I mean, we're coming to the checkered, and then John, had that run, and I knew it was gonna be close, but we pulled it off, and I'm in a throwback Elliott Sadler car, and it's awesome. I switched the number just for this race, for the throwback race, and won in it, so it feels really good. And it's been about a year since I've won in this league, and I've never won a plate race either, so that was cool.
Heck
and it feels really good. I'm pretty happy.
Well, now you broke all kinds of records today, brother. So.
And I think I only led 1 lap too. So.
Well, that 1 lap was definitely the important lap for sure.
Yeah. That's the only one you needed to lead was the last one.
Yeah. Well, really, the last couple 100 feet. That was all it was.
Yep. All right. Well, who you got to thank for this win, Jared?
Yeah. Thank you guys for broadcasting. Big shout out to Andrew Cardinale. He painted the car I ran tonight, the Elliott Sadler throwback, and it feels awesome to win in it. And I'm never running it again. It's done. I'm running it. It won.
One and done.
We're done. We're going back to the number 1 next week and back to my normal car.
Well, you had good luck in this car, though. I mean, wow, you don't want to break your streak of luck,
It's a special car, so we're done.
Oh, my God.
And thank you to John Berry for the league. Nork, been in this league for probably about 7 years now, and it's always fun. Look forward to Tuesdays every week and everyone that shows up every week. And, technically now with this win, I'm locked in the chase too. So, I mean, there's a lot of good things about this. So, I mean, it's really, really good night for me. And shout out to Spencer, my teammate Spencer Owens and Josh Robin on Iowa Corn Motorsports. And too bad Spencer there got kind of wrecked there at the end. But at least brought one home for the team, I guess. And everybody in chat watching, you saw a hell of a show. And thanks for tuning in every week.
Yeah, we had 98 people watching there for a while.
Very nice.
Very nice. All right, well, go celebrate that win, Jared. Very much deserved win. I mean, keeping your foot in it, that's what you got to do as a super speedway. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rudy.
All right. Yeah. Joseph, you got second?
Yeah, I got John Berry here. John Berry, you by .017, just barely missed the win there, but I guarantee you finishing second feels good. Tell me about your run tonight.
Run tonight, I was kind of mired around 10th to 12th. Most of the early race, towards the later race, I was able to kind of get closer up to the front. But this draft package, like, you have to fight tooth and claw just to get up to where you're at, because you just don't get a run. Like, any opportunity you have to take to pass somebody, you have to take, because like just these cars don't draft that well. But that finish, though. That finish was pretty damn crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah, much needed second place for you as well. Yeah, what an exciting finish that was. You guys are going into Kansas next week, last race before the playoffs. What are we expecting out of you next week?
Kansas, that's one of the few tracks I'm actually pretty good at. So, of course, I'll probably just jinx myself. I'll probably wreck there now. But yeah, Kansas, that's one of my better tracks. I'm hoping I can get at least another top 5 finish. I've actually been racking up like the top 5s here a lot here lately, which has been nice because most of the season's been kind of a downer. So if I, go in there, get a top 5, maybe win the stage, get some playoff points because I desperately need those. But if I can get a top 5, that'll give me some good momentum going into the playoffs.
Well, congrats on second place finish. Anybody you gotta thank?
Yeah, I like to thank Jared, winning the race. He did a hell of a job there. Just kept his nose clean, was able to squeak the win from me just by a little bit. I'm a little mad about that, but good on him to pick up that win. I'd like to thank Anthony Emery for running our social media. I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys do a hell of a job broadcasting for us. And it's everybody who shows up every week, the usual suspects who show up. I'd like to thank all those guys as well.
Well, congrats on your second place finish. Just barely missed it tonight, but hopefully we'll see you in Victory Lane at Kansas next week. Best of luck to you.
Yep, thank you.
Rudy, you got third?
I do. Nathan Lewis, you got a copy.
Yes, I do, Rudy.
Wow, what a finisher, Nathan. Let's go back to the beginning of the race there. You got yourself, you were almost a lap down. You worked your way all the way back up through, and you pulled out a third place finish. Tell me how you did that.
Well, because like I know in the beginning I was in the front, then I got shuffled out to the back, so I went from like I think it was third all the way to like 27th. So I decided, let's do some green flag pit stops. That didn't work out. I had him going a lap down, so I had to get a wave around. And then when I got that one caution, I just took fuel and no tires and was able to get into the front, and I was able to keep it. I never took tires the whole race, so it was pretty bad. It was loose on in and 3 and tight and it was pretty bad.
Well, now, what did you think when you seen that happen up ahead of you there where Spencer and Scott got together? What were you thinking right at that moment? Did you think, oh, gosh, I'm going to get caught up into this, or did you just keep your foot to the floor, close your eyes, and pray?
I was just hoping I could finish because I needed that win. It's like good for Jared and John getting second because I needed the win to be able to make the chase. But I was able to survive. I'll take a third. Like seems like I'm only talking to you guys when it's plate tracks, but hey, I'll take it.
That's right. Hey, it all looks good on paper, as I always say.
Because last time I was talking to you guys here, I finished third at Daytona. So
yeah. Well, maybe you're not going to make the chase, but we talk about this a lot. It's really important, even if the guys aren't in the chase, to come in and race anyhow, because it does change the outcome of the chase. It can totally change the outcome of a race. So we hope to see you back here next week, even though even if you don't make the chase, it's very important. But man, what a run here tonight, Nathan! You finished with a little damage on your car there. Did you get that right at the very end, right there, or did you have that pretty much most of the race?
I got that at the end there, barely hitting Jared there on the straightaway coming to the line.
Okay, boy, that did a lot of damage to your car. Holy smokes! Wow. Well, you stayed fast. You stayed with it. You finished third. And off to Kansas next week after Super Speedway this week. How do you think you'll run at Kansas?
I don't know. I'll probably be my usual around the 15th to 20th range because I know I'm not that fast. Come a mile and a half because I'm really only have shown I'm decent at short tracks and come the restrictor plate I can get to the front. But hey, if I somehow squeak a top 10 out of it, I'll take it. That'll be a win for me.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, who you got to thank for your third place?
Gotta thank anyone that races in this league because it's fun racing with your friends. I thank you guys for broadcasting and all the other people that watch us because it's fun having those fans out there that show up every week on YouTube and support us. That's what we need.
All right, Nathan. Well, congrats again on third, and we can't wait to see what you can do next week at Kansas.
Thank you, Rudy.
All right. All right, Joseph, we're going to get... well, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're going to get up here and we'll run down through the final results here real quick. Give me a second. There's too many buttons to click. All right, Jared Darley comes home with the win. John Berry second. Nathan Lewis third. Aaron Smith coming back and finishing fourth through all that. Caden Henry in the top 5. Eric Hall sixth. Sean Williams seventh. Benjamin Nelson 8th, Anthony Emery 9th, and Chuck Sweeting rounds out the top 10. Joseph?
We got Tom Mercier will finish up in the 11th spot. Will Klein 12th, Josh Robbins 13th, King Jones 14th, Justin Lisby will finish up 15th, Femi Olat 16th, Tony Hillbrand 17th, Bobby Cheney 18th, Jose Solis 19th, and Spencer Owens will round up the top 20. Rudy?
Malad Radman not having a good week this week. Got caught up there earlier, had damage, but he will finish back in 21st. Brendan Buzak 22nd. Terrell Baker 23rd. Scott Rambler, after that, getting together there with Spencer Owens, he will finish way back in 24th. Daniel Falkingham 25th. Elijah Gracia 26th. Cody Miller 27th. Andrew Cardinelli 28th. And I'm not sure if Justin Gable started the race or not. I think he did. He actually did run some laps. Yeah, so. All right. Well, again, congratulations to our winner, Jared Darling for NORC and MaxSpeedTV. Thank you, Joseph, for helping. I can't thank you enough, brother. It is so awesome to have you in the booth. You do an amazing job, brother.
Yeah, it's always good to be up here in the booth with you, Rudy. Definitely, what an exciting race tonight. Great finish, great show. Hope all the viewers that tuned in tonight enjoyed this show. It was a heck of a race. Congratulations to Jared Darling on winning tonight, surviving Talladega, and some of the drivers that survived Talladega, excellent job for them. But next week they head on into Kansas, which is the final race before the playoffs, 1.5-mile racetrack. We'll see if Jared Darling can go for 2 in a row, keep that momentum going. John Barry, he said he's really good at Kansas, so we'll see if we expect maybe a good race out of him there. But Rudy, again, like I said, it's always good to be up here in the booth with you, and I'm as excited as I was in this race. You know, saw an exciting finish. I'm ready for next week as well.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe and have a good night. MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop. If you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag, hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, SimSpeedShop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.